Video games are the perfect company for Halloween. Either they'll keep you occupied while you wait for the trick-or-treaters, or they'll help you hide from the sweet guzzling zombies descending on your home. Boot up an appropriately chilling game, and you're beyond the reach of anyone who bothers your doorbell. It just so happens we've got 7 suitably spooky games for you right here. Why not play a trick-or-treater yourself? Costume Quest is a tiny JRPG from the makers of Psychonauts, in which you steer a trio of kids around their local neighborhood on Halloween night. You knock on doors, collect candy, and battle monsters in turn-based encounters. The moment a fight begins is the best, as you watch your cardboard robot suit transform into a full-blown mecha for the occasion. Since none of the adults get involved, you're left with a sneaking suspicion that the kids have dreamed up the threat of cavernous big bones themselves. But if that's true, then Costume Quest is a charming tribute to the act of shared imagination. Don't fancy revisiting childhood? Maybe a teen coming-of-age drama is more your speed. In Oxenfree, you take the ferry to an abandoned island to poke around with your friends. The place is rumoured to be haunted by unexplained frequencies, and once you tune in with your radio, all hell breaks loose. Soon enough, you're navigating supernatural events and difficult conversations with your mates.
And how did her mom meet your dad exactly?
It's hard to know which is more frightening. Oxenfree captures a quintessential Halloween experience, hanging out in a creepy spot with your friends after dark, and scaring each other half to death by jumping at shadows. Only this time, the shades might just be real.
Didn't you hear me calling for you?
Jesus, you scared me.
Not keen on playing a teen? We can go older. Night in the Woods casts you as May, a college dropout who returns home just as the leaves are turning brown. There's an infectious autumnal vibe to the sleepy town of Possum Springs. It's a joy to kill time with May's pals in empty malls or play the bass at band practice. Eventually though, the cozy familiarity gives way to the itch that comes from a lack of opportunities, and eventually a terrible local secret bubbles to the surface. While often funny and frequently relaxing, Night in the Woods is also a horror story about being trapped in small-town America, forgotten and hopeless. Of course, Possum Springs isn't the only place where bad things happen on Halloween night. Over in Gotham, the villainous Scarecrow has threatened to blow up a series of bombs planted around the city. Rather than gunpowder, these explosives are packed with fear toxin that would plunge the city into panicked chaos. In the memorable opening to Rocksteady's sequel, you see events from the perspective of a cop affected by the toxin. Suddenly, a breakfast of waffles and bacon become a nightmare, as the customers of Polly's Diner transform into zombies before your very eyes. Thankfully, it's not just trick-or-treaters who are wearing masks, and Batman is on hand to save the day. There's another big budget hit that takes place in the spooky season, though you may not have realised it. Just as Die Hard is quietly a Christmas movie, Fallout is secretly a Halloween game. Check the lore, and you'll discover that in Fallout's world, the bombs dropped on October 23rd. That means Americans were already busy buying up plastic pumpkins, and you can find them littered throughout Bethesda's games. But none go harder on the Halloween theme than Fallout 76. In post-apocalyptic West Virginia, you can visit the Tyler County Fairgrounds and hunt for Mr. Jangles the Moon Monkey amid the rides and stalls. Just make sure you check out the barn for the highest concentration of bright orange Halloween items anywhere in the series. The fair is only made spookier by the presence of the Scorched, who aren't technically zombies, but shamble with the best of them. If you're a Fallout fan, you must love hoovering up junk. So why not embrace that fact and play a game dedicated to tidying? In Viscera Cleanup Detail, you're tasked with mopping up the mess after a horrific series of murders. It's a bloody job, but someone's gotta do it. On minimum wage, most likely. There's even a dedicated Halloween DLC pack named House of Horror that you can pick up frighteningly cheap. It's set in a suburban house in the early 90s where occultists summon forces beyond their understanding. Nobody's left alive, but it's your job to wash away the evil. Quite literally. There's no dark stain that can't be vanquished with a bit of elbow grease. Having said that, no list of terrors is complete without Dead by Daylight. You've probably heard of its unique setup, which pits 4 survivors against 1 serial killer, all of whom are controlled by players. The survivors are looking to repair enough generators to power an exit gate and escape, while the killer is planning to Well, there's no easy way to say it. The killer is planning to impale them all on hooks. That's just the sort of thing maniacs do. Dead by Daylight is so popular that it's basically a horror movie metaverse, stuffed with tie-ins to famous properties. Among its characters are alien Xenomorph, the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, and also Nicolas Cage. Not playing a character, you understand, just Nick Cage as himself. It doesn't get scarier than that. Is it just us, or has it gotten darker outside since we started talking? Better light a lantern to brighten the place up. Or maybe that will just create more flickering shadows. Never mind. You can feel less isolated and vulnerable by chatting in the comments below. Oh, and feel free to drop us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you survive the night, you'll never miss another video from Logitech G.